How can I get losses? So I have to make the average total cost higher than the price. Here's your quantity, the profit maximizing quantity. Here's your marginal cost, and suppose your average total cost is here. Now what will happen? You said marginal cost equal to price, but now the average total cost is here. What is this rectangle? It's now a loss. So your total loss is here. So you might say, can't I do better? No. Given the price and your cost structure, this is the minimum loss you're making. If you tried to make life better, you would make even further losses. If you choose to produce more or you chose to produce less, your losses would simply increase. So maximum profit is synonymous with minimum losses. It doesn't mean that you're always going to make profits. So now that you're making losses, what should you do? If this is the short run, and only in the short run are there fixed costs, right? This has to be only in the short run there are fixed costs. If you shut down, then you'll still have to pay all your fixed costs. So it's like this, you've already hired rented out the building, you have hired, you've paid all of your electricity charges and all that, whatever is your fixed cost. You're always welcome to not produce anything, but the guy, the fellow you have rented it from is not going to say, okay, you've stopped producing, then you don't have to pay me, right? Those fixed costs will still have to be paid. The question is, are you meeting your variable costs? Fixed costs anyway you have to pay. If you are making life worse for yourself by continuing to produce, then it doesn't make sense, right? You could say, am I meeting my operating expenses? If I am not even meeting my operating expenses, if by producing I end up making even higher losses, then it's worthwhile to stop producing. So then really if you are going to ask this question, you have to look at what? Average variable cost, right? So if the average variable cost is also higher than the price, then really there is no hope. But as long as the average variable cost is equal to or lower than the price, it's worthwhile producing, because you will make even bigger losses if you shut down. So suppose the average variable cost is here. What should the firm do? To continue to produce, because the price is greater than the average variable cost. So, right, so you can say, so I'm making some money which I can, fixed costs, I can make some dent on the fixed cost. Maybe things will change, it will become better. But if this average variable cost was to be higher than the price, if it was like here, then there is no, you're making things worse for yourself by producing.